10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hello, and welcome to another episode of the Men of Promise, the Man's Conversation podcast. I'm your host, Craig Sanders, and we got our co-host,
Ariel Prater in the house.
Tonight, and we're going to continue with a good and explosive conversation for today.
Yeah.
Did you watch the podcast from last week?
I did.
Let's recap what we talked about last week. We had a lot of different topics. We were kind of all over the place, but that's the genre of our podcast. So I'll let you start. What do you remember from last week's podcast?
Biggest thing I remember is talking about specifically just some of my experiences in raising my stepson, or my, can't call him that.
No,
it is.
Listen, you can call him that, not in front of me.
Right.
He's your son.
My son.
He's your son.
Definitely. And going through that, and just the learning experiences there, both of us, but really trying to teach life lessons in the house, and get him ready to go for adulthood. So it's out there. So that's really what I remember.
Are you guys, or is he planning on going to college?
Well, that's a back and forth. I personally don't feel like, everybody needs to go to college.
Okay.
So, and I feel like he's a good candidate for, let's do something else.
Okay, good. That's good. I was a candidate for that class.
Yeah, right.
I was the president of that class. We did talk about your son. We talked about a lot about legacy last week. We talked a lot about passing down or giving to our children. And it was a very good and positive conversation. We talked about the challenges that men deal with.
Right.
Here in Georgia, it's graduation season.
It is.
Which is weird for me because the children in school are graduating in May. In California, we don't graduate until June.
Right. Well, that's how it was when I was here. I mean, they just moved up.
They just moved it up? Okay. I didn't.
That calendar is moved up. Yeah, I think I graduated like June 6th, something like that.
So with this being the season of graduation, with this being the season that people are going to the next level, society is missing some intricate parts and some intricate things, devices that are needed to survive in the world that they're coming into. What is the important factors, ideas, thought processes, ideologies that we need to pass down as men to the generation that's coming up and the generation after them?
Right.
And the reason why I pose that question is because the more generations that come out, they come out a lot softer, which is not a challenge. But they don't know what to do when a challenge comes up.
Right.
And then they have an entitlement that they deserve what they believe or they feel.
Right.
And then there is a sense of irresponsibility.
Yeah, I think it goes right together. The entitlement and not being responsible. But you expect things from people in society, things that have never been given to anybody else before, that you're expecting when you roll out of the house and just get up in the morning. And we know that's not true.
So what are some intricate things that we need to be depositing? And again, the conversation last week is you were talking about how you're instilling a budget into your son.
Exactly.
Instilling structure into him, monetary value, what money it's worth, and what it's used for. And you specifically said it's a month by month budget that you guys are going to go through month by month and see how he's doing it. How is that going?
It's going well so far. He's at least has a budget. He's monitoring his money, and I think that realization of where the money is going is a big aha moment. Okay, when you spend $15 here, $10 here, but you're getting food, you got food at the house, right? Because when I was there, I was looking for any morsel of food I didn't have to buy.
Right.
So I would be getting plates from everybody, making sure I didn't have to buy, things like food, especially you're getting you're Ubering to the house.
Right.
Does that make any sense? So going through those types of lessons, when you're spending this over here, do you need to spend that? And it is eye-opening, I think, when you see that and you go through those line-by-line items of every single dollar that you're spending.
Now, is this budget a parent-imposed budget, or you allowed him to come up with his own budget and stick to it?
I wouldn't say parent imposed. I said, if you want to get here, here's what you're going to have to do. So we talked about the car, right? So in getting there, we got to get to that car soon because nobody's going to be taking you through the summer. So we got to get to that car. How do we do that? Here's what we need to do. Here's the amount of money that we need to save. Here's how we get there. And then so really your budget is you get a little bit for what we call entertainment because we know you're going to spend that money and do that. But everything else you should be saving because everything else is taken care of at the house for you.
So he's the procreator of the budget. You're the executive producer.
Exactly.
Okay, I understand
exactly.
that. The reason why this is important this topic is important is because the Bible says that a man leaves a legacy or an inheritance or an identity, all these words being interchangeable, to his children. Children.
Yeah.
Children.
Exactly.
3 generations down the line.
Yep.
We don't see that anymore.
No, because it's not only leaving that, right? It's not just leaving the money, right? Because we could just leave the money. And that's what a lot of people think. Okay, yep, my parents left me $500 million. Great. Did they tell you what to do with it? Did they teach you the concepts of you making your own money? So it's not even that. It is before my parents, go away, pass away, you should already have your own money. Why? Because they already gave you the concepts that you needed to live life and live your life abundantly, and then pass that on to your kids. So really it should be, yes, the grandkids getting it because they're just getting it from the kids, right?
Right.
But you have to be teaching those lessons along the way. And I feel like that's where we're lacking a little bit, where yes, granddaddy might've made all the money, but did granddaddy teach daddy how to, all the concepts that he gave you to give to me?
So my grandfather's father was a very wealthy man. From what I understand and what was told to me, he was one of the first African American, Native American millionaires in Arkansas.
Man.
And so my mother said she remembers that all of her uncles and aunties had college degrees.
Yeah, right.
Now this is in the 30s, the 40s,
wow,
the 50s.
Yeah.
So what kind of money did you have to have to put all of your children in college in those days?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Okay. That is legacy. That is identity. My great grandfather made a bad decision of moving from the South to the West Coast, where agriculture was different. The cost of living in California was higher. Agriculture was a little bit lower.
Yeah.
Where being in the South, agriculture was high, cost of living was low. He was able to monetize. He used this money in a very intricate way, but he didn't use it in a wise way. There was nothing passed down to his children's children, his grandchildren, and his children after that. It's even more difficult in today's day and time to even fathom, how do I pass money down to my children, and not just money.
Right.
Let's use the word discipline, goals.
Yep.
When most Americans selfishly are fighting just to have what they want to have for themselves.
Yeah, exactly. It is hard. It is hard, and we see it daily. I know. I think it's a big problem in not just our community. It's happening all over because yes, it is hard for someone to be disciplined in this day and age. Everything is consumerism. Everything is buy, and have to have it now versus No, I could probably put that up, or
Right.
I may not need that. But who says that? Because it's being pushed everywhere. Social media is definitely showing you, hey, you got to have this, this, and this to be here, here, and here. But we know what we talked about it even last week. How many people are actually making $200,000, $300,000 out there? It's not a lot of people.
No.
So who's driving these cars? Who's getting all these houses? Who has all this money that we see? It's not a lot of people, but they'll push you and say, hey, this is what you didn't make it unless you got this, this, and this. And it's all consumer. It's all stuff.
So the perception is not real.
It's not.
But
and we know that.
But it's reality to a generation.
It is. And that's the sad part.
Yeah, it's a very sad part.
And that's how we're men. We've already been through this adulthood. We know when we look at social media that somebody's just flexing out there. Yeah.
We call it fronting.
Yeah, exactly. Somebody's just out there, whatever. They don't have it, but they'll put it out there to make you believe and think. And then there's a lot of young people that are impressionable and say, oh, man, I don't know how he got there, but he got this, this, and this. And I see him driving that car, and that's crazy.
And not just impressionable, naive to the fact that it takes more than presenting it on social media to actually ascertain.
Right.
So for me, in my social media, being a barber, I stopped posting haircuts because anybody can go on YouTube and learn how to cut hair.
Okay.
The difference between YouTube and being educated is YouTube is a base for knowledge.
Okay.
Not education.
Okay.
Let me break that down for you. I met a young lady today where I get my oil changed.
Okay.
And she was checking my cabin air filter. And I asked her a question. I said, do you work on cars outside of this oil change place? And she said, I changed oil, stuff, and I know how to do brakes. I went to YouTube University. And I said, do you know the difference between YouTube and education? She said, no, I know how to do brakes. I said, YouTube will teach you how to change the brakes, but it won't teach you or educate you on the complete braking system of a car.
It's true.
I said, so if you change the brakes and it doesn't fix the problem, can you go to the next situation and find out what the next thing is? Is it the master cylinder? Is it the brake fluid? Is it the caliper? Is it a broken fluid line?
Right.
Can you bleed the brakes? And she said, I never thought about it like that. I just learned how
brake pads.
That's it. So what do you do if you can't get the brake pad off?
What happens?
You stuck. You got to go back to YouTube. You got to find another video where education says, I'm going to teach you where the braking system starts. It starts with the pedal. Right. It starts with the master cylinder. You got your brake fluid.
Brake booster.
Your brake booster. You got your hoses, your lines, your calipers, your brake pads. All of that consists of doing
the whole brake system.
It's not just one thing.
Right.
So even though YouTube, for me, and the reason why I stopped teaching haircuts is because I had people challenging me off of YouTube videos. And the thing was, I'm doing 20-minute haircuts. This video,
you're doing in an hour, 2 hours.
They don't know. It's edited.
Right. Yeah, that's true.
And you think you're getting education. It's not education.
Right.
It's knowledge. And knowledge is okay.
It is.
The children of today have knowledge. They're not educated. And they think that knowledge will get them through. My 17-year-old son has the understanding that he has the knowledge to make it work. And I had to break him down one day and say, son, I'm 3 times as older than you.
Right.
You can't navigate the streets. Matter of fact, these aren't even streets where you live.
Not out here.
I can't take you to Atlanta.
Right.
You will not survive. They will eat you alive. Pretty boy. They can tell by the way you dress you're not from there. They're going to look for how much money you got. They're going to listen to the way you talk.
Right.
Let alone me drop you off in South Central LA. Come on now.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I mean, I will say though, didn't we all have it figured out at 17?
We thought we did.
Of course. I mean, that's a reality. The wisdom comes from knowing that you don't know it all.
True.
And that's hard. It's hard to get sometimes because I feel like 17, 18, yeah, we got it together. Let's go. But it is a wisdom. And then those life concepts beat you down real quick when you think you know it.
Right.
That's the thing.
Right.
So hopefully at 17, 18, 19, you're getting the message from somebody else so you don't have to go through all those things.
True. So if you are watching this video, we want you to like, subscribe, share, follow this podcast. Also, if you want to reach out to us, you can email us at menofpromise2018@gmail.com, or you can call us and for a comment or question, prayer at 470-412-0917. That's our contact information. Now, talking about the reality or the knowledge that the kids have today.
Yeah.
I think that being sheltered as a kid today and them being comfortable and being sheltered is an unrealistic expectation. At least so we don't have blocks here. In Los Angeles, we had a block. You could ride around the block. You had different blocks. Here you got subdivisions. So here you walk in a subdivision, you're not going anywhere.
Right.
Except through the subdivision.
That's it.
So in Los Angeles, when you were on the streets, you had to navigate through the streets. I think we're a little more tougher. I think we're a little more rigid. We're a little more educated because we had to navigate through the streets. Now, I don't know where you grew up in Cobb County.
Yep.
But the streets out here weren't bad.
Nah, not at all. No. But you still get it. I still live downtown. I still do. Here's the thing, though. I think what you said is sheltered, first of all. And then we had to have social interactions.
We did.
And I think that's another thing that's missing is that, everybody just doesn't have that anymore. They're just computer-based, phone-based, everything. They never have to look up from that. Never have to have a conversation with anybody. Never have to go walk down the street and just talk to somebody.
Right.
So we had those social interactions teach you a lot every day. They get you ready to go for the world because you run into different people all the time.
Right.
And I don't think they've seen all those different people in the phone.
Do you believe that being sheltered gives the children of today a unrealistic expectation of life? Because the sheltered says I'm always protected.
That's true. I'm trying to think through that because I'm like, if you're not and you go from sheltered life to sheltered life, I think you may be able to do that, right?
How? Your son, so your son is 17 years old. You're breaking a bad habit of him spending money that he should be putting away. You're making him have a goal.
Yep.
If you never instilled that in him, what would be his expectation of life?
They just spending money. Yeah. Or
he would just exist.
Yeah, right. But not here. Not so even if you're sheltered, let me say this, you're going to have to learn some lessons somewhere.
What would be his expectation when he graduated? He would have an unrealistic expectation that he can continue to stay there without responsibility.
Right. That's not the expectation. We already said that.
Well, I understand that. What I'm saying is if you didn't stop the roller coaster, the motion that he was on, he would have had an unrealistic expectation.
He may have, yes. Unless you say it explicitly, this is what I'm trying to get you to do.
And so that's our conversation today.
Right.
What explicitly do we need to say to the children of the next generation and the next generation so that they don't have an unrealistic expectation of what their life is going to be like? And first of all, it's real out there.
It is.
So parents need to be guiding and teaching and instructing their children to learn how to deal with real life situations.
Exactly.
I had a young man who I was mentoring. He was staying with us. He was called a son because he was actually living with us. And he had a situation where he got a ticket in the city of Atlanta. Well, he forgot about the ticket. Forgot to go to court. And so let's say court, he had to be there at 8:30.
Yep.
It's 10:30 and he's like, Dad, I forgot. And I said, son, just go down there.
Yeah.
At least show up.
Exactly.
Let them know I had baby mama drama, whatever the case may be. But the fact that you didn't miss a day says a lot.
Oh, of course, yeah. They can work out something.
Daddy, I'm scared. he didn't go.
Wow.
So I said, son, you got to be careful because one of these small cities going to pick you up and they're going to send you right back
That's
down
it.
there. 60 days to the date.
Mm-hmm.
He's calling me.
Yep.
Daddy, come get me out of jail. They picked me up on a warrant.
Yep.
I said, son, I only pick people up out of jail for one reason, mistaken identity.
That's it.
I'm being serious.
Wow. Okay.
Because I was arrested, almost arrested on mistaken identity.
Mm-hmm.
If you did something for them to arrest you, you did something for them to arrest you. I don't do arrestable offenses.
Did you explain to him what could happen if he didn't go?
I did. I told him
this is
if
what
you
would
don't
happen.
go, they're going to take a warrant out for you.
Exactly. They did it.
They did it.
Right.
He had an unrealistic expectation that he could get by
exactly
as an African American in these small counties in Georgia, and then he was mouthy, so he put himself in that position. Dude said, "Give me a license."
Yeah, ran the license, suspended. You got a warrant. Bam, that's it.
The reality of the children of today is not a true reality. It's a false sense of unrealistic expectations.
Yeah.
And what you did with your son is you stopped the unrealistic momentum and said, I need to come in and add something to you because I expect more from you.
Yeah, definitely.
My children tell me I'm Hitler in my house.
Man, you got them working like that?
Well, let's explain it from my vision.
Let's do it.
Let's say at the time we have 6 children. 2 older children, 18, 17. 2 middle children, 10, 9. 2 younger children, 3 and 2.
Okay.
9 bedroom, 5 bathroom house. 3 stories.
Yep.
Basement, yard work, feeding, clothing, schoolwork, dressing. My working in the studio and in the barbershop from 4:30 a.m. in the morning all the way till 9, 10 o'clock at night. My wife was out traveling. She was working in Minnesota.
Okay.
I have to operate in order. So here's what I did. On Sunday, I would cook 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 meats.
Okay.
I would have vegetables, frozen, fresh, as a side. They could pick whatever they wanted to eat. But the older children had to take care of the younger children, make sure they ate, clean the dishes, make sure their housework was done, make sure the house was clean, make sure their clothes was washed. These are babies.
Right.
Older children didn't understand. I want to go play. I want to do this. I want to hang out. I have no problem with that.
Yeah.
But you can't hang out and keep a balanced life without taking care of your responsibility.
Exactly.
Because you still have school. You still have your extracurricular activities. Now, the Hitler part, they didn't understand, trained them for real world situations.
It does.
It trained them to look at what the responsibility of the house was.
Yep.
And even though it was my responsibility as the father, it was my responsibility to show them and pass down that identity of a man, a young man, 17 years old, 15 years old, taking care of the younger kids because there was no parent in the house.
Yeah, exactly.
I was Hitler because I was dogmatic with it because I want the house needs to be clean. You guys are here. Learn to clean up behind yourself. Yep. So my 17-year-old right now, who was probably 6 or 5, 4 back then, he's 3. He gets up now,
and it's done. Is it?
No,
part of it. He doesn't. He doesn't get it. He didn't get it.
He was 3 at the time.
So he didn't see what the older kids were doing.
He was 3 at the time.
Okay.
So now we're having to reintroduce the older takes care of the younger. This joker wakes up this morning, he's cooking 9 eggs for himself.
Wow. Yeah, that's a conversation.
We go through 2 dozen eggs in 4 days.
Wow. Yeah,
So he gets up this morning, he's cooking his eggs, and I said, "Did you cook for your younger
Anybody
brothers?"
else? Yep.
Oh yeah, I can make some for them. I never saw any eggs for them. You want to drive, but if you can't take care of the house, you're not going to take care of a car.
Exactly. Right.
And they don't understand that it's all principle based.
It is.
They don't understand that it's not about feelings. It's about responsibility.
Yeah. And I totally agree with your message there. I really do. Responsibility has to be taught. I think you don't just get it.
Right.
It has to be taught. And that's the best place for it to come from.
In the house.
Yeah. That's the best place for it to come from. And I'm glad you're being, and I will say this too. I think you have to be, you use the word dogmatic, but you have to be.
Let me change it. I'm going to use dogmatic. Intentional.
Intentional. Yes. And you have to be, what's the other word? You always have to reinforce.
Right.
You can't get tired of reinforcing. You always have to do it, because until they get that lesson, they're not gonna do what they need to do. Right. So you have to be the enforcer of saying, "Hey, this is what it's gonna be."
That's why I was Hitler.
Got you. Well, I think I agree. I can outlast you on what you need to do on enforcement. I can definitely outlast you.
But they don't understand what was being passed down to them was identity and ability for structure and principles.
And they're not supposed to understand right there.
They're not.
They're supposed to get it.
They're supposed to operate in it,
and then they get it. They get it at some point, and then they come back and say, "Thank you for giving me that lesson."
So my son, 23 years old, comes to me today and he says, "Dad, I was thinking about something, and as a child, I didn't think that you were always there for me." He said, "I thought about something today." He said, "I remember me and you getting into it one day, and I needed you the next day, and I called you, and you came and helped me with whatever. You never said, 'I'm mad at you for doing this,' or 'I don't like that you did this.' You didn't even say a word." He said, and it just hit me that I look and see that other people complain that their dad is not there.
Exactly.
And their fathers are not there.
They're not. Right.
But you have always been there for me, despite what was going on between me and you. And the men of today are going to have to be a lot more responsible for being there for people who might not understand why you're there or why you're doing what you're doing. Right. Your son doesn't understand at the moment why you're instilling a budget in him. He won't understand until he gets out in life and see how the budget really benefits him.
Exactly.
The goals benefit him. The sacrifice benefits him. And just the fact of being able to live on a budget, you know where your money is going. You know what you need to spend. If I need more money, I get another job. And then my budget increases, my responsibility increases. The kids of today don't want the responsibility. So we have to pass down the responsibility, the intentionalness, and we also have to pass down to the next generation the fact that it has to be done.
Yeah, it does.
If a man does not work, he does not eat. That is a biblical scripture.
It is.
And the kids of today, they want to eat despite
not working
for it.
Exactly. Yep. And I see that a lot. You know what I really see is the dream. So they have the dream of, yes, I want to make a lot of money. I want to do this. Here's how I'm going to do it. No seed money, no starter money. No, we're just going to start a $50,000, $100,000 business just out of poof. Just happens.
Idealistic. It's a very good idea.
Very good idea. Never happens.
No principle.
Never happens.
No purpose.
Right. Exactly.
Nothing practical.
Right.
And they live in that dream until they've grown up so far that that dream or that thought becomes a failure. Then they don't know how to adjust to what the situation is.
Right. Or even better yet, quit a job to start your dream job that you have not planned for at all. We can't do that. You got to plan all this stuff out. And businesses are a big thing. It is really hard. And then you have to be disciplined, first of all, and have the responsibility to make sure you show up every day. I'll go back to you starting your business when you were a little kid, but you had to be there daily to get it done
every day.
And that is a concept you learned early of saying, hey, you like money. You wanted to get to that. But you gotta have that.
I would get $5 every Wednesday for picking up dog poop in my neighbor's backyard. And I couldn't wait till 4:30
on Wednesday.
On Wednesday. Guess what? I was broke on Thursday. But I would get that $5. Or my first job being at a place called Superb Electric, where I learned at 14 how to drive a forklift.
Okay. Yeah, big time skill.
Making $4.25 an hour.
Yeah. Big time skill.
Big time skill.
Yeah. That's great. And and then what would you have to do? You still had to show up daily.
Every day.
Yep.
Only reason why I had to quit is because school was starting. And they were cool with that. They understood. But being 14 and having a job, the kids ain't thinking about being 14. They're not thinking about getting a car.
Nah.
To go back to my son, he rather Uber than drive the car.
Right.
And I start telling my wife, if he Ubers and you pay for it, as soon as he get paid,
let me get that money back.
Get that money
exactly.
Back. That's why I'm Hitler.
No, it's not Hitler. It is teaching concepts.
Right.
It is, and you need that concept. You really need to understand that.
So with the concepts that the children do not have today, where is society going? Are we going to a society breakdown?
Oh yeah, it's definitely going to break down at some point. But I feel like we're getting closer and closer. Here's what's happening in my mind. I think with the lack of concepts and the lack of responsible people, we're getting to a place of the haves and the have-nots.
Okay.
And the have-nots, at some point, are going to look around because we see social media, we see everything, we see all this money somewhere. And they're going to come after the haves because they're going to say, hey, I need whatever you got.
It's already happening.
It is.
In Atlanta every day.
Yes.
At the gas station.
Right.
Pulling the purses out of the car.
Exactly.
All right. Again, we live in a very, 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 very nice community. Not as nice as yours. I'm working up to yours. So I told my wife one day, I said, sweetheart, a couple years ago, she asked for another ring. The ring I purchased for her was a 2-carat ring. When we got it appraised for almost 4 carats.
Yep.
And I told her one day, I said, babe, let's go to the jewelry mart and buy you a ring that looks like this ring.
Yep.
But I want you to stop wearing this ring right now.
Right.
She says, why? I live in a safe community. I blah, 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 blah. So it's not about you.
Yep.
It's about those people who see you out in the world driving this Mercedes Benz. You look like Diamond Karen out there, like you blinged up. You don't take a breast of your surroundings.
Sounds so familiar. Keep going.
We live in a safe community. We blue, blue, blue.
It's not about here.
Right.
It's about out there.
The next day, 12 p.m., 6 miles from my house, her client, who just purchased a house from her less than 30 days ago, 6 miles from our house, gets robbed and killed in his driveway.
Wow.
Now, so I go back to the conversation of the night before because she's telling me we live in a safe area. We're this. And I said, sweetheart, this is your neighborhood. Exactly. This ain't your specific neighborhood.
Right. But this is, it's right down the street from you.
Right down the street from you. That means
you were there.
Right.
You sold them the house. That means you were there multiple times.
Right.
Yeah.
This is your community.
Right.
You can't negate what's coming where we are. Where we are is a housing bloom. Because of the schools that are in the neighborhoods, these are 9 and 10 schools, and people are scratching and fighting to get into this neighborhood. Right. So who do you think is going to be following these people when they see them in these neighborhoods or seeing the kind of car they drive?
Right.
Sweetheart, stop driving your Mercedes Benz. Drive your Kia.
Yeah.
Put the miles on your Kia. Right. Because people are looking.
They are.
And I said, sweetheart, how do you know? I said, listen, this is a true story. We were in Atlanta. This is years ago, probably about 10 or 15 years ago. And we were sitting at a cafe outside
Yep.
And the hairs on my arm stood up. I'm looking around, the wind is blowing, and I'm like, babe, they finna start shooting.
Something. Yep.
We in Atlanta, they don't nobody pow, pow.
Mm.
And she said, how do you know?
Mm-hmm.
I said, I grew up in this.
Yeah, exactly.
There were drive-bys for breakfast, drive-bys for lunch, drive-bys for dinner.
Right. Exactly.
There was always a party that got ended because
Right.
somebody brought a gun to it.
Right.
And I said, sweetheart, Atlanta is not the place it was 20, 30 years ago because people can come down here and live comfortable. That means the knuckleheads who are trying to get out of the situations that they're in,
they're coming too.
Yep.
And they've been coming. Yep.
So what's been happening on the news in Atlanta every day? It's a shooting. It's this. It's this. This is a major city now.
Yeah.
Not like it was 20 years ago.
Atlanta changed.
And the conversation that we're having right now is important because if identity, ability, structure, purposes, principles are not passed down intentionally, the culture loses what it was founded on.
Exactly.
It's the equivalent of building a brick wall, but never finishing past the 3rd layer. Right. You got to get to the 10th layer.
Exactly.
You'll have the essence of it, but you won't have the structure of it.
Yeah.
The protection of it.
And I think we're teaching concepts of things that will make you, if you follow those concepts, so you will be successful.
Yes.
You'll get there. And it is hard work. We know that too. And we know that the culture doesn't value the hard work piece. They want it right now. And that is what we're starting to see is we see, hey, I want it right now. I'll take it from you versus I'll do some hard work to get there. But we need to teach these concepts because we don't want, at least our kids, right? We don't want the kids that we know to be in that situation of, I got to go get it.
Right. And
then you be put into a situation where it's not going to be good still at the other side of you getting whatever you got by foul means.
Right.
It's going to be a problem.
It's going to be a big problem.
Yeah.
Consequences come no matter.
It happens.
No matter what decision you make.
Exactly.
You could be a good person and still have bad consequences.
Yep.
You could be a bad person and still live in a realm where the consequences of what you do, they're going to come back on you.
Yeah.
It's the law of relativity. What you put out comes back to you.
Exactly. It does. And we're trying to teach these concepts, and hopefully you get them because, you know, what we're teaching will make you successful. You'll get there eventually. You put that hard work in, you'll get there. You'll get to the family, you'll get to the money, everything that you're seeking as goals. If you follow these concepts, if you don't, though, you get to another place where you still want but can't have because you don't have the resources. So what do? You look around, everybody else has got it. Let me go get it.
Right. That doesn't work.
It doesn't.
That doesn't last long. That's not eternal.
We know that's short money. Yeah, we know. And we know what that brings.
So moral fiber in a person.
Yep.
That's like seeing raindrops in August in society today. Rarely does it rain in August.
Right.
You might get a hurricane, and I'm talking about drought situations in the Midwest. Moral fiber can only be taught to someone by someone who operates in a moral fiber.
Yeah. Immorality.
Immorality. But we don't see that in 85%. And I'm not saying everybody, because I made a statement about women. Yeah. And I was corrected. Not all women. And I wasn't talking about all women. There are some exceptions to the rule. But we have to talk about the majority. One thing that is like on the up and up is the delusion that some women live in. And we talked about this before. These women who do these certain fan pages, they have a high body count, and they're thinking that they're going to get a high value man.
Right.
And, you know, if that's where society is going, where are their children going?
Same place. That's what they see every day, right? I don't know how would they know any differently if that's what I see daily. And that's what we're trying to save a little bit.
A little bit.
Is who can we save by saying there is a better way out here, and being moral and being a good person is not bad.
No, it's not. It's actually a good thing.
Yeah, it's very good, and then you can still be successful.
I'll go back
living in your morality.
I'll go back to my son, and I tell all my children this: go to jail. I will leave you there.
Yep.
I'm not gonna bail you out.
Right.
And I told my kids, I don't break laws that are gonna put me in jail.
Right.
Because I don't want to go to jail. It's hard enough with being a man of color nowadays. You're already targeted. You're already going to jail without even coming in contact with the police. And so you have to be smart. And what I was trying to tell my son who got the warrant, you're not going to outsmart them.
No.
They're going to catch you one day. And the
they
longer
know
it takes,
the
worse it's going to be.
Exactly. They know it. It could take 6 months. Took him 60 days. They really got him quick.
And this is the thing. I actually went down to try and bail him out. And I couldn't.
Couldn't even do it. Nope. You got to stay in here for some days on this one.
Dad, it's killers in here. It's murderers.
Yeah.
That's the reality of what I was trying to tell you.
Right.
Go to court and just tell them.
Just talk to them. I
missed anything. Any excuse. I had a baby this morning. Anything.
Doesn't matter.
As long as you show up.
You got to show up.
So they're not understanding the responsibility and what comes along with it, because society says, I don't have to take care of this today. I don't. Yeah. And I'll be okay.
And I don't see the consequence right now.
I don't see the consequence right now.
Right. It's not an immediate consequence. Okay.
That's the problem.
Yeah, exactly.
And so my teenage son, again, why he won't drive is to one of his friends celebrating a birthday of a friend. He had two friends in the car. One birthday was the day before. One birthday was the day after. I think somebody graduated high school. He got four friends in the car. He's driving down the street at 90 miles per hour, loses control. The kid whose birthday was the day before passes away.
Wow.
The kid's birthday who the day after passes away. There's another passenger that is terribly injured.
Yeah.
This kid was 17 years old. He didn't see the consequences.
Yeah. Exactly.
Life is ruined for.
Yeah, it could be very quick.
Very quick. All it takes is one bad decision.
It is. And that's what it could be.
And so living in Southern California, I had to figure out what color clothes am I going to wear today based off where I'm going, because there are consequences for the color of the clothes that you wear in Southern California. Getting past being a gangster, then they had we call preppy gangs. They weren't gangsters like the Ice Cube Boys in the Hood gangsters. These were called preppy gangsters, where they dressed different, but they were still thugs, not gangsters.
Okay.
So you had to live and figure out that dynamic. Being a preppy person, you were associated with the gang by the school you went to. So then you had to wonder, if somebody asked me, what school do I go to? What do I say? Because as soon as I say LA High, they know I'm this certain gang over here, when I actually may have not have been in that gang.
Right.
And so, again, learning how to navigate the streets or understanding for me at a young age what I could and could not do.
Yeah.
I was sharing with a gentleman yesterday. Me growing up in South Central LA, we couldn't play in the front yard because of drive-bys. We had to play in the backyard. And if we were in the front yard, our parents had to be home. So the thought process of what am I going to do to survive today was abreast every morning that you woke up. Do you remember the movie Fresh? He had the same situation. How do I navigate through these blocks? In New York.
Yeah, every day. Yep. Something
and
crazy.
You had to have street smarts.
Exactly.
These kids don't have the street smarts. They don't even have common sense. So we need to pass down common sense to them so that they can understand the basics of responsibility and what you should do. My kids walk over stuff that's on the floor all the time. Pick it up.
Yep.
I had to tell my 17-year-old son, if you see something in the mailbox or at the front door, you walk back, get it.
If you had to walk past it, yeah. What's the harm in just picking it up?
Man, if my mother saw something at the front door, knowing that I was home every day, whatever was at the front door would have been over my head, on my head.
Yep.
But again, we knew what responsibility was. And to make life easier, I just said whatever I need to do to make my mom's life easier, because she had 4 children. She was in school.
Right.
Only night that she had where she didn't go to school was on Thursdays, but that was the night she studied. My mom was a rocket scientist.
Okay.
So she went to school for coding.
That's great.
For NASA.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Right. Knowing that she wasn't home, let's keep the house clean so that when she does come home, there's a clean house.
Yep. Yeah, that makes sense.
It's important for me, and I understand that God gave me 5 sons, but I've always been a builder of men or had accountability to men to help them grow. That's the reason for this conversation.
Right.
That's the reason that the barbershop was that it was. There are men today that will say, hey, I'm saved because Craig talked to me. I didn't preach to him.
Right.
Craig just gave me knowledge and truth.
Right.
And then I saw what Jesus gave as salvation. And I'm talking, this is 30 years ago.
Right.
25, 30 years ago. And so I see the importance of establishing identity.
Yes.
Goals, moral fiber,
right,
character into my sons, because that's what's going to make them stand out in their time, their generation, their society, and make them again
successful, man.
Right.
Like at the end of the day, you just want them to be successful and more successful than you.
Most definitely.
Yeah.
One good thing about my kids is my wife has instilled in them go to college.
Yep.
So the one I adopted, he started college, he didn't finish. I didn't go to college, so if that's their choice, fine. My 17-year-old is going to college. He's already been labeled a genius in a couple different things.
Yeah, that's great.
My daughter, who's 14, she ain't going to college.
Yeah.
She ain't going to college.
Right.
I don't think my younger son is going to college either, because they've been tested and they both passed as kinesthetic.
Okay. There you go. And like you said, it's not for everybody. And I need for people to actually understand that. But just know that not going to college doesn't mean you don't have a plan.
It does not mean you're a failure.
It means doesn't mean you're a failure. It doesn't mean any of that. It means you have a different way of learning and you might not need to be in school. Like, it's fine.
And you're going to have to live every day trying to figure out what you're going to do.
Right.
Because I wanted to be a professional model. Cutting hair was not in my...
wasn't it?
Right. Bro, I modeled. I acted. I modeled. But we could never find an agency for me to get into.
Gotcha.
And I feel like barbering called me, not knowing how I learned. It was a perfect match, a perfect fit. I'm getting back into restoring cars, construction.
Right.
It's just a lot of things that my barbecue business. All these things are surrounding having the education that I have and being the person that I am. And so the best thing that we want to deposit is be yourself and learn yourself and learn what you need. But the parents need to know what a child needs. They also need to know, what do I need to deposit in my sons and in my daughters? Right. Because what society is passing into our kids is not. We don't want that. We don't want that. I should not see a 5-6-year-old girl twerking better than a adult woman.
Nah, shouldn't happen.
That shouldn't. That's too much.
Yeah. Well, right. What concept is that teaching? What concept is that?
None.
None that I know of. None that we've been talking about.
It just it sexualizes your daughter at 6 years old.
Everything negative. It's only negative from what I'm seeing. Yeah. I don't think you taught a good concept there at all.
But again, I'll make this other point. When has it ever been in society that the age of somebody who was 80 was on the same plane as somebody who was 17? Never.
Hasn't been. Yeah.
So it blurs the lines of understanding what an elder is, what my place is, my parents' place, my cousin's place. Again, when I was growing up, my parents had parties. We couldn't come out.
Nah. Right. Exactly.
The kids are partying with their parents. They're seeing drugs,
same thing.
alcohol, and those type of intentions.
Yep.
So what does it do in the mind of a child? It says, I can do the exact same thing.
Exactly.
We need to be depositing more positive things. And one good thing about me is I've never done drugs.
Mm-hmm.
Drinking, I didn't like.
Mm-hmm.
It was social, but I haven't had a drink. I'm going to be honest. I had a drink in 2001. But before that, 1997 was the last time I had a drink.
Okay.
And I only had a drink because I was like stressed out.
Yeah.
But it was champagne.
Okay. Yeah. Not bad at all.
My last beer, hard liquor, alcohol, whatever, was in 1996, 1997.
Mm-hmm.
I never liked alcohol.
You never liked it.
So being 51, it's like, all right, I want to instill this in my kids.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have to be drunk to have fun.
Mm-hmm.
You can give me,
mm-hmm.
and another me,
right,
in a room, and all three of us, Craig,
right.
we're going to have a good time,
right.
despite nobody being there.
Right.
And we have to teach people, you got to be yourself.
Yes.
Don't worry about what other people are doing or what their influence is. Be you, be different, be your own creator. It goes back to, again, education versus knowledge. You see all this knowledge and you think that that knowledge is the best when it's not. When you could be educated in a situation and know more than the person that you're seeing on social media,
right,
and be more influential. It's important that men are influential to our children, but also to our wives. We got something special coming up next week. We're finna change.
Yeah,
we're gonna change some stuff up on this podcast. What are we doing next week?
We're bringing some new co-hosts.
Bring some new co-hosts in, and our goal is to launch another podcast. For these new co-hosts,
right?
And hopefully they'll come for a couple weeks.
Yeah, and
we could begin to help them launch theirs.
Yeah, definitely. It should be good.
I think it's gonna be good.
Yeah, it should be a good conversation.
We got to come up with a conversation for next week. What we gonna talk about when these two co-hosts come in? They're almost different. Yeah, it's gonna be almost virgins.
Yeah.
Well, one will be a virgin.
Yeah. Yep. Brand new
to the mic.
Yep.
To the mic, and we just gonna let them be who they are.
Of course,
we're gonna let them be raw.
Yep.
And for those that are graduating, know that graduation is a celebration of those going to the next level.
Yep.
But going to the next level does not qualify you for success. It actually qualifies you for more challenges and more failures in life. And so, you said it last week. Whatever you're doing, be the best at it. Do it good.
Yep.
Do
Whatever
it the best that you can.
Yep.
Don't half do it. I'm gonna go back to being Hitler. And this is me and my wife's fault because of our schedules, business wise. We have missed being the structure our kids have needed because we've been out in the world,
right,
being successful in our business. And so, I went to my kids and said, hey, my responsibilities are your responsibilities, just like your responsibilities are mine. So if I can't clean the house, this is your responsibility.
Right.
So I wrote them this whole list. I'm gonna give you the list. Each room and what the responsibility is of cleaning that room.
Okay.
But here was the structure at the beginning before they get to the list. Your chore is your responsibility. If somebody else says that they'll do your chore and they don't, you're still responsible.
Yep.
Incomplete chores are chores that are not done. Not done chores are a punishment.
Yep.
If you have to do your chore multiple times a day, just remember that when you drink all the milk and the eggs, I got to go back to the store when it should have lasted a week and it only lasted 2 days. I make sure that you still have your chores.
Exactly.
Number 2, this list is your first warning to do your chores.
Right.
If I have to ask you a second time, that's your second warning.
Yep.
Third warning is straight up punishment.
Right.
Now, why do I have to be that so hard on them? Number 1, because they've grown up in a kind of dispensation where we gave them, and I'm using this loosely, we gave them candy
Yeah.
in situations where we should have been giving them more food, more stability.
Right.
But it's a challenge for us. So they really grew up, mommy, I want, and it was almost easier just to give it to them because we were looking at something else.
Yep. Versus, did you take care of your responsibility first and then?
So now we're having to go back and reiterate.
Yep.
And I've taken their phones more in the last month than I've ever taken in their whole lifetime. But they have to understand you. And again, with my son, I told him, if you can't do your housework, you can't go to work.
Right. Exactly.
He's sliding going to work, and I'm giving him grace. But it's gonna be one day I'll be like, quit your job.
Yep. Quit it. Yep.
That's the last straw. Just like we make mistakes, and we try to ride the rail of getting away with it, but it always catches up with you someplace else.
Right.
All right. So in conclusion, give us your conclusion for tonight.
No, it was good. Good conversation. My biggest thing, just like anything else, is please listen to the concepts that we're teaching.
Yeah.
If you don't know them, talk to somebody that does or can get you there.
Create you a leadership board of people that you can talk to.
Exactly.
That are upstanding people.
Exactly. Moral fiber, like you were saying.
Of morals.
Yep. And get these concepts in you, because we want you to be successful. We want you to get out there, lead good lives, really walk in your purpose. And really just get to where you're supposed to go, and that's my conclusion. Is just get to these concepts if you can.
We need to discuss keys of success for a man in today's world.
Okay.
Because society says success is here, and for me, success is not here.
Yeah.
Success for me is here. My goals, my aspirations, what I see life is.
Right.
And if you compare it to society, you'll always be chasing a dream that you might not be able to ascertain. Right. Again, if you know somebody who needs to hear this, man, woman, child, please share this podcast with them. Again, you can reach us at Men of Promise 2018 at gmail.com. Our website is coming soon. Our YouTube page is coming soon. You can call us at 470-412-0917. If you have a comment or something, just say, hey, I heard a Men of Promise podcast and I have a comment, blah, 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 blah.
Yep.
We'll get back to you. What's your plans for the rest of the week?
Let's see here.
How was your Mother's Day?
Oh, Mother's Day was great. We took my mom out. It was good times.
Well, I was finna give you something that was gonna challenge your manhood.
Oh boy,
I almost called you and said we taking that boat out.
Oh man, yeah, that would. Yeah, I got to take the moms out first though.
I'd have had your mom on. I'd have been like, Mama, we going on a boat today. We didn't make it. We planned. It was just too much going on. My wife was greatly celebrated. This was the first year that I pushed my kids.
Yeah, to do something
for
the mother.
Something for
That's
her,
good.
Where I was not the initiator, I was not the founder. I basically bought my wife a cake, said Happy Mother's Day, and my kids did everything. And she said it was one of the best Mother's Days in the world. And again, that's passing down legacy, lineage, and responsibility because I've always done it. They're of age. I got a 29-year-old. I got a 30-year-old. I got a 23-year-old.
Yeah,
I got a 21-year-old.
Let's go.
Let's do it.
Yeah, exactly.
I need to be celebrated too.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
Yep.
The less I have to do, the more I'm celebrated for the day.
I feel you.
How was Mother's Day for your wife?
It was good. She was there just along with my mother. So it was good. It was a family affair. We took everybody out and had some good meals. And
how long did you wait for a meal?
How long did I wait? I don't know. 30 minutes.
Oh, where'd you go?
Oh, we went to
You had a reservation.
Yeah, we did have we actually got reservations that day because our reservations fell through.
Okay.
But we went to a spot on Lake Allatoona. I gotta tell you about that. It's a nice little spot.
Where?
So, yeah, it's right there on the lake.
What's the name of it?
Allatoona Grill.
It's ironic because we weren't at Altoona. We were at Lake Lanier.
Okay.
Saturday night. And I talked to a guy who has a boat on Lake Lanier who used to be on Altoona.
Okay.
And when I say this man had $1 million 54-foot boat.
Nice.
And he was talking to me like we were friends.
Right.
I said, so how often do y'all do this? Every other Saturday.
Yep.
Because I have my daughter in between.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, man. Anyway, my boat is nice, but it is nothing compared to what he had.
54 foot.
Mine's 24 foot, but
still nice size.
You would have saw me
at Altoona if you were out there.
Yeah. What
and
else
the Hawks got the number 1 pick too, so that's the other thing that happened on Sunday. Yep.
Means nothing to me.
So that means we got the number 1 pick, and we get the best player in this draft.
Okay,
I mean, that's what it comes down to.
Are y'all gonna lose Trae Young to the Lakers?
We'll have to talk about that at another podcast.
Well, I'm disappointed. My Lakers let me down. I don't know what's going on with the coaching situation. I don't know what's going on. I think they have good ideas, but I don't think they're executing.
Yeah, y'all might need to go back to the drawing board. It might be about that time. But we're feeling good, Hawks fans.
All right. What's the Falcons gonna do?
We set on the Falcons this year too. Yeah, it's gonna be
okay. I think the Falcons make the same decision that the Lakers made, and you cannot make. And let me say this and be honest with you, not just for you, but for kids and men today. You can't make a long-term decision with a short-term answer.
Okay. What's the short term? What's the long term?
Well, you get players, you sign them for 1 to 2 year contracts. They want to stay with you, but if they don't give you the best, you're now rebuilding 1 or 2 years later.
Right.
When you might have to pay a little more, or your key player who needs to understand, and this is why I like Kobe. I believe he took a pay cut to get a couple.
I'm sure he did. Yeah. And the best do that. That's what Tom Brady did a few times.
Right. And how many rings did he have?
Exactly. Because he valued the rings over some money sometimes.
And he got it someplace else. I don't see LeBron doing that.
Nah, that needs to happen, right? You gotta bring a couple more. You need a couple more dudes.
You need a couple more dudes. Yeah. I mean, so here we go. If I'm making, I'm gonna say $2 million a year after taxes, I'm already a billionaire. You can only spend so much money. If I'm gonna play for the next 4 years, why not allow the team to take give you a pay cut to bring in quality players to stack your team? You're going to get the money right back in rings, in sponsorship, and then your team is golden because you took a sacrifice. Yeah. So the goal, the goal that I'm speaking on in life is, if you're not willing to take a sacrifice, then you're not willing to get the best around you.
That's it. I like that. Sacrifice is real.
Sacrifice is real. And that's the what you're instilling in your son is sacrifice. Definitely.
Sacrifice. Got to.
Good podcast.
Yeah.
It's good conclusion. Can't wait for next week to
it's gonna be fun.
We will be changing our night of podcast. We're gonna go from tonight, which is Tuesday nights, to Monday nights, so that we can facilitate our new podcast that we'll be launching in the next few weeks, months to come. So stay tuned. We're looking forward to see you guys out there. Have a blessed evening. We're signing off. 3, 2, 1. Good night.